Winter transforms the world, draping the land in a shimmering white blanket and turning familiar places into something magical and new. The air grows crisp, the trees stand silent, and the landscape is reborn under a layer of frost and snow. Ponds and lakes, once alive with ripples and reflections, become still and silent, their surfaces glazed with ice that glistens in the pale winter sun. These frozen expanses seem to invite us in, promising a world of wonder and possibility. For children, that glassy surface is irresistible, a promise of adventure and fun. The urge to run, slide, and skate is almost instinctive, as if the ice itself is calling out, daring them to test its strength and explore its mysteries. But beneath the beauty lies a deadly secret. The ice is often thin, fragile, and treacherous. What looks solid from above can be dangerously weak just below the surface, ready to give way without warning. In early 2026, a powerful Arctic blast swept across the U.S., freezing ponds and lakes in regions that rarely see such cold. For many, it was a rare and beautiful sight, a chance to experience winter's magic in unexpected places. It looked like a gift, but it was a trap. The ice was new, untested, and dangerously thin. Its strength an illusion that could shatter in an instant. The ice was young and weak, and in just weeks, at least 9 children lost their lives after falling through. Each tragedy unfolded in a matter of seconds, turning laughter and play into panic and heartbreak. These tragedies happened across the country, from North Carolina to Texas, Virginia to Michigan. No region was immune, and no community was left untouched by the sorrow. A moment of innocent play turned into disaster, leaving families and communities shattered. The echoes of loss lingered long after the ice had melted, a stark reminder of nature's unforgiving power. Nature doesn't care about our plans, it follows its own rules. The cold is indifferent, the ice impartial, and the consequences of misjudgment can be swift and severe. True survival isn't about bravado, it's about knowledge and respect for the wild. Understanding the risks, reading the signs, and knowing when to stay away can mean the difference between life and death. The stories of these children are a warning. The ice's allure can be fatal. Their memories urge us to be vigilant, to teach and to learn, so that tragedy does not repeat itself. We must listen, learn, and never underestimate the dangers hidden beneath the surface. The beauty of winter is real, but so are its hazards. The call to adventure is strong, but safety must come first. Every step on the ice should be taken with care, every decision weighed with caution. Let's ensure the siren's call of the ice never claims another life. By sharing knowledge and looking out for one another, we can turn tragedy into prevention. This is a survival lesson we all need to master, so that winter's beauty can be enjoyed safely, and its dangers respected by all. The cold snap brought tragedy to communities that rarely see such harsh winter conditions. In a matter of days, the landscape transformed, roads became slick, ponds and creeks froze over, and the familiar world took on a dangerous new edge. In places unaccustomed to frozen ponds, the sudden appearance of ice can be both mesmerizing and misleading. The surface may look solid, but beneath, the water remains treacherous and cold. In Onslow County, North Carolina, 2 7-year-olds, full of curiosity and excitement, ventured onto a newly frozen pond. For children, the allure of ice is irresistible, a chance for adventure, a new world to explore. But the ice cracked beneath their feet, plunging them into freezing water. Despite frantic rescue efforts from first responders and neighbors, both children tragically lost their lives. The community was left in shock, mourning the loss of 2 young lives. Just days earlier in Avant, Oklahoma, a similar heartbreak unfolded. 2 boys, 8 and 9, fell through the ice on Bird Creek while playing. The cold water claimed them in seconds despite desperate attempts to save them. The ice, tempting but weak, could not hold their weight. In a matter of moments, both boys were gone. Their families, and the entire town, were left to grapple with the sudden, senseless loss. These incidents, though separated by hundreds of miles, share the same heartbreaking pattern. Children drawn to adventure, unaware of the hidden dangers beneath the ice. The innocence of youth collides with the unforgiving reality of nature. The appearance of safety is not the same as actual safety. Ice can look thick and strong, but it may be dangerously thin in spots, especially in regions where freezing temperatures are rare. You can't trust your eyes alone when it comes to ice. Even experienced outdoorsmen use tools and knowledge to judge whether it's safe to step out. Knowledge is your only defense. Learning how to recognize safe ice, understanding the risks, and teaching children to stay away from frozen water can save lives. Without it, you're gambling with your life, and the odds are never in your favor. Each winter, families are changed forever by accidents that could have been prevented with awareness and caution. These tragedies are a stark reminder. Thin ice is always a risk, no matter where you live. Even in places where winter is rare, the danger is real and ever-present. The wild is unforgiving, One wrong step can be fatal. Nature does not give second chances when it comes to ice. Respect the ice, and never assume it's safe. A moment's caution can mean a lifetime of safety for you and those you love. The wave of tragedy began even earlier, in late January. In Fannin County, Texas, 3 brothers, 6, 8, and 9, ventured onto their frozen backyard pond. The ice shattered and all 3 fell in. Despite rescue attempts, none survived. That same day in Henrico County, Virginia, a toddler was pulled from a frozen pond, along with an adult suffering hypothermia. The child did not survive. These stories show that no one is immune. Danger can strike in your own backyard. The ice is unpredictable, and accidents happen in seconds. These are not just statistics, they are shattered families and stolen futures. The ultimate price is paid for underestimating the cold. We must learn from their pain and treat every frozen body of water with respect. Safety must always come first. To survive in the wild, you must understand your enemy. And with ice, the enemy is often the weather itself. The frozen world may look peaceful, but beneath that calm exterior, danger is always lurking. Ice is a master of disguise, hiding its weaknesses and luring the unwary into a false sense of security. An Arctic blast can sweep in overnight, creating a thin, deceptive layer of ice, especially on small ponds and shallow lakes. This ice forms quickly, but it hasn't had time to gain real strength. It may look solid from above, but it's often just a fragile crust, barely able to support its own weight, let alone yours. One wrong step, and you could plunge through in an instant. Even after a deep freeze, a day or two of sun, or a slight warm-up can weaken the ice from below, even if the air stays cold. The sun's rays penetrate the surface, melting the ice from underneath where you can't see. This invisible process, called thermal decay, rots the ice's strength. The ice may look unchanged, but it's quietly losing its ability to hold weight. Not all ice is created equal. Clear, blue ice is the strongest and most reliable. It forms when the water freezes slowly and evenly, locking out air bubbles and impurities. In contrast, white or gray ice is much weaker. It's filled with air pockets, snow and slush, making it unpredictable and dangerous to cross. Snow on the ice creates slush ice, which is riddled with air pockets and dangerously weak. Even a thick layer of snow can insulate the ice, slowing down the freezing process and hiding thin spots. You can't judge ice by appearance alone. What looks safe from above may be treacherous just below the surface. Always test the ice before trusting it with your weight. A rapid freeze followed by a brief warm-up is a recipe for disaster. The ice may seem thick, but temperature swings can create hidden layers of weakness. The recent tragedies happened because the ice looked safe but was fatally weak. People trusted what they saw, not realizing the danger beneath their feet. Knowing the science is the first step to staying safe. Learn how ice forms, how it decays, and how to measure its true strength. Always consider the weather history, not just the current conditions. Track temperature swings, recent storms, and how long it's been since the last freeze or thaw. The wild hides its dangers well. Don't be fooled by a pretty surface. Beneath the beauty, the ice may be waiting to break. Survival is about facts, not guesswork. Always check the thickness, use the right tools, and never take unnecessary risks. Respect the hidden risks beneath the ice. Your life may depend on it. One of the most dangerous myths is that ice is uniform in thickness. In reality, a pond or lake is a patchwork of strong and weak spots. Moving water, underwater springs, or objects like rocks and logs create thin, weak ice. Birds often gather near open water. Don't follow their lead. Snow cover insulates the ice, hiding thin spots and giving a false sense of security. You might be walking on a thin sheet suspended over freezing water. Officials warn, never judge ice by looks alone. Thickness varies, and even guidelines come with caution. The only truly safe ice is the ice you stay off. Every step onto a frozen pond is a risk. Without testing, you're walking blind. Falling through ice is a violent shock to your body. The cold triggers an involuntary gasp and hyperventilation. Drowning can happen in seconds. If you survive the initial shock, your muscles quickly become numb and weak. Simple tasks, like pulling yourself out, become impossible. Within minutes, hypothermia sets in and you lose consciousness. Survival is measured in minutes, not hours. Even with rescue, the fight isn't over. Rewarming is critical. Most victims don't survive because the cold wins before help arrives. The best way to survive is to never fall through in the first place. The clock starts the moment you break the ice. Prevention is your only real defense. Amid tragedy, there are stories of incredible bravery. In Jamaica Bay, New York, 3 people fell through the ice, rescued by an NYPD helicopter crew. A diver was lowered, and all 3 were hoisted to safety. These rescues highlight the skill and courage of first responders. Firefighters and EMS train for ice rescues, using special suits and tools to avoid becoming victims themselves. Their calm, methodical approach saves lives. The key message: never go out on the ice. If you see someone fall in, call 911. Don't rush onto the ice. Use a rope or branch from shore if you must help. True heroism is preventing accidents before they happen. Staying safe isn't luck, it's knowledge. Rule 1. When in doubt, stay out. Ice less than 4 inches thick is never safe to walk on. Test thickness with an auger or chisel near shore, and check every 150 feet. Carry safety picks to help pull yourself out if needed. Learn to read the ice. Clear or blue is strongest. White or gray is weak. Avoid cracks, seams, or slush. Listen for cracking or booming. Get back to shore immediately. Stay away from moving water and objects frozen in the ice. Never go alone, and always tell someone your plans. Carry a charged cell phone in a waterproof bag. These steps are your survival checklist. Follow them every time. The stories from this winter are a harsh lesson in nature's power. A frozen pond is not a skating rink. A frozen lake is not a road. These are living, changing environments that demand respect. We must teach children about the dangers of ice. Explain why it's risky, not just say stay off. Make the danger real, not just a rule. Lead by example. Don't take risks yourself. Choose safer winter activities, designated rinks, sledding hills, building snowmen. Adventure is out there, but wise survivalists choose carefully. It all comes down to respect for the cold, the water, and the deceptive ice. The wilderness is powerful and neutral. It's our job to learn its ways. Let the memory of those lost remind us to be vigilant. Honor them by committing to safety and education. Let's ensure this tragedy never happens again. Stay safe, stay smart, respect the wild.